Thumbs Up is a very simple children's game by Blue Orange. It is a game that I played with great enjoyment with my 5-year-old daughter. I also have a 3-year-old daughter. I try to play with her. She can understand the rules, but it's simply too difficult for her to play it effectively. Now, I'm talking about the execution of the game. In Thumbs Up, you have a rule book, a deck of cards, which represent different configurations of numbers. As you can see, they're written in different forms, in different configurations, different backgrounds, which makes the deck more attractive and also adds to the challenge of the game, as you will see in a minute. Numbers go from 1 to 4, 5, or 6, depending on the card. So you shuffle all these cards together, and then if you follow the rule book, you give 2 rings per color to each player. There are 4 possible colors. That's not how my daughter and I play the game. What we do is simply we dump all of the rings in this box and we mix them up. So it's a big mess of rings. Whichever way you want to play the game is still the same. You put this deck of cards in the middle of the table, you flip the first card so that everybody can see it, and then each player will try to grab the rings of the correct color in the order indicated here and put them in a stack on their thumb. So here we have the first one, which is blue, then we have 2, which is red, 3 that is green, and 4 that is yellow. As soon as you have a ring on your thumb for each of the numbers on the card, you say thumbs up, or we say finito, which means finished in Italian, or you can say whatever you want as long as you agree on a word, and then simply that the players check to see that you have the right rings in the right color. The first player to have the right rings on the right color keeps the card as a way of keeping a track of the score, and according to the rules, the first player to score 5 points, to win 5 challenges, to collect 5 cards is the winner of the game. My daughter likes this game so much. Actually, our games are considerably longer. She wants to play until one of us has 10 cards. Now, the game is super simple, super intuitive, and my 5-year-old daughter really likes it. Also, I like how it really forces her to concentrate, well, on numbers and colors, so there is that association there, but also to pay attention, to remember where she's in the sequence. Sometimes the sequence is a little tricky because some rings will be of the same color, so it's not just a matter of grabbing the first thing that she sees like you have in other games about fast grabbing or things. It is about remembering where she's in the sequence, and then in our variant also to be able to sort it out. And then everybody is dipping their hands in the same box, in the same pool of rings, which adds to the fun. Also, I like how the cards are very different from one another. There is no obvious strategies. You simply, my daughter simply has to go around visually and see where the 1 is and look for that, what the 2 is, 3 is, and so on and so forth. Also, we don't know before turning the card how many rings are going to be in the challenge, so she needs to pay attention to make sure that she saw all of the numbers. Some are easier like this one, some, as you can see, much less. They can be considerably busier, but they're all nice looking, you know, very colorful, very fun cards. This one that really looks pretty nice, and the numbers may appear in different orientations, so there is that added challenge, which is not all that difficult for an adult like myself, but for a 5-year-old it just hits the sweet spot between being challenging enough that this is interesting and rewarding, but not too hard, not too complicated. The only thing when I explained the game originally, she thought that 1 meant she would need a single red ring, 2, she would need 2 yellow rings, 3 blue rings, but we clarified them as understanding pretty easily, immediately. And we have played this game quite a bit since. This is a game that my daughter, my 5-year-old, really enjoys. As I said, the 3-year-old understands the rules, and she can also read the numbers and associate the colors, but she simply is not fast enough. It is still enough work for her to be able to play it effectively against a ruthless, cruel 5-year-old that will just try all she can to win. She would never let the younger sister win just for the sake of it. The components are nice, are pretty sturdy. They look sturdy and pretty resistant. They are pleasant to play with. The cards are coded, and also they look pretty resistant, sturdy. I think they can take a good amount of love from a young child. So production value, both when it comes to the look of the components and the quality, the sturdiness is definitely high. Presentation is pretty nice. My 5-year-old daughter also enjoys sorting the rings when it is time to put them back in the box. She really just enjoys sorting them in sets, like you see, even though, as I said, then we make a big mess when it is time to actually play the game. So thumbs up. It's super simple, not one of those children games that you would also play with adults. Definitely a children game for children and for adults who are willing to play with the children, like we have with this bomb here. But it's a fun one. Again, it's not directly fun for me. It's like, yeah, yes, I won. Okay, all right. It's fun to see how much fun my daughter is having. It's fun to see how she is working to improve her eye-hand coordination, her sequencing skills, without even knowing it, while she's still simply playing a colorful, beautiful-looking, very enjoyable game. I only played it with my daughter so far. I haven't played it with other young children, but I think this is a game that other children can enjoy too. I'll try to show it to some of our friends soon, but I think this will be quite a hit. It has dexterity, but not exactly. It has immediate physical response, it has observation, it has colors. There's a lot of things that children find attractive, and in particular my daughter, as I said, really has enjoyed. Thumbs up by Blue Orange.